What's up, Two Mom Crew? We are back with another video. One of these videos that I have just been dying to make for you. Jameson is 8 months old now. 8 months old as of yesterday. That is crazy. When did that happen? But I really wanted to make a newborn must-haves video. Fun to watch, especially if you're planning on having other kids, if you are a first-time mom. Anyway, I've just been really wanting to make this video for you guys.
I could feel it, I could feel it, I could feel it in the air around me. And I could see it, I could see it, I could see it, 'cause it all surrounds me. You got my love down, baby, got my love down. Whoa, all I need is your love. All I need is your love.
These are things, in no particular order, that really helped us when Jameson was a newborn. It can be different for each mom and each baby in terms of what they need and their preferences, but in our experience, these are the things that helped us. There's going to be no particular order to this video. I just have everything kind of laid out here, and I'm going to try to categorize them as closely together, but really there's probably no order. These are just literally items that were super helpful. So without further ado, our newborn must-haves. The first item that I have are going to be these swaddles. This particular brand is Aiden and Anais, and I'm pretty sure I shared these in our What's in My Hospital Bag video. They are pretty big. I don't know the exact measurements, but I mean, they're pretty big and they're very thin and they're really great fabric. These are awesome for all kinds of things. They've been helpful even past the newborn stage, so I wouldn't put it out of your mind. Like, they can be kind of pricey. I think they're about $35 for a 4-pack if memory serves, but they are great just to have. We used them as a stroller cover, car seat cover, blanket. We even had to use them as a burp cloth for times. If you're a breastfeeding mom, these are great for nursing, as a nursing cover. They don't get you super hot. I love these. So that's the first thing. The next item I have for you guys makes me a little emotional looking at this because Jameson is 8 months now and more than double this size, are these sleepers, these onesie sleepers. Now, these aren't just any sleepers, these are the zipper sleepers. Specifically, they zip from the bottom. So they go from the foot up to the top, and there's a button there to undo. So when you dress them, it's awesome because you can put them in it, zip it from the top. Hold on, gotta put this back together. And when you're doing late night diaper changes, you honestly just have to zip from the top and pull it back off of their legs. What's so awesome about these is you don't have to hassle with any buttons. You don't have to completely undress them if they have, you know, poopy diapers or whatever. You can easily just slip it up from the bottom. I loved these. The button sleepers are super cute and, you know, super trendy and whatnot. But I noticed that when you're doing diaper changes in the middle of the night, you are tired, you're groggy. You don't want to have to make sure all the buttons line up. The zippers just make it super convenient and easy to do those late night, and not even late night diaper changes, but just any diaper change, because you just zip, change, zip back up. Some of his cutest sleepers that we bought him were the button ones, and I think he would wear them once, maybe twice, and I was so over them that I just had to pack them away. When you're shopping, mom, go for the zippers. Worth it, 100%. So our next item also has to do with diaper changes, and it's going to be these changing table liners. They're waterproof or water resistant on one side, and then they're like a terry cloth on the other. These particular ones that are my favorite are made by Munchkin. They're water resistant. We also have some made by Babies R Us that are waterproof. They're a little bit thicker, they're not as soft, but they served their purpose. So what's great about these is you lay these on any surface that you're gonna change the baby. We had a changing table and it has a pad and a cover, but even so, this went on top of the cover. So especially if you have a boy, when they have their pee-pee accidents or any other accident for that matter, it's just gonna get on the liner. So whether you have it on the changing table, on your bed, on the floor, on the couch, wherever you're changing your baby, this will save you from having to deep clean the couch or scrub the carpets or completely get a new mat for your changing table. These are saviors. Like, these might even be my #1 baby must-haves in general. Yeah, definitely get the changing table liners. No matter where you're changing your baby, these will super come in handy. So the next item, still kind of hand in hand with changing diapers, is gonna be this Honest Company organic healing balm. This is going to be what it looks like in the package. We got this at Target, but you can get it anywhere the Honest products are sold. I highly recommend ordering from the website. It's probably the cheapest option, and their shipping is super fast. Not sponsored, I just love their products. And this stuff was great because I loved it more than any other diaper rash cream that we used. We tried Desitin, we tried Aquaphor, we tried, what's that other one? I can't remember, but we tried them all basically. Jameson didn't have super terrible diaper rash, but he would definitely get irritation now and again. And this stuff proved to be the fastest working. If I would put it on him by the next diaper change, it was gone. Like, the redness and everything went away. So I highly recommend this stuff. I always keep it on hand, one in the diaper bag, one on his changing table. So again, that's Honest Company Organic Healing Balm. Okay, so the next item has to do with health, I guess. And that's gonna be the Frida Baby Nose Frida. It looks like this. And I'll show you what it looks like out of the package. It's got the part that you suck on that connects to the straw that goes in the baby's nose. I know so many moms that are super intimidated by this or grossed out or think it's weird, but I swear to you guys, you try that little sucky bulb thing and get nothing out of your baby's nose and they're still super fussy, this thing will clear them out completely, okay? This is the part that goes in your baby's nose and this is the part that goes on your mouth. Every single piece of this is completely 100% replaceable. So if you're like a weird person about boogers, or if you're a germaphobe, or you just don't want to share saliva with your husband or anyone taking care of your child, you can get a different mouthpiece. The hoses are replaceable. The actual part that goes in the baby's nose is replaceable, and there's little filters in here. So these filters act as a stopper for any snot or boogers or anything that's going through there. This would go in the baby's nose. You would suck it here and it would just fill this part, would not go through the filter, wouldn't come through the straw here. I promise you, you're not gonna get boogers in your mouth from using this thing, but it's amazing. Jameson had really bad postnasal drip and just congestion. When he got sick one time, I kid you not, this has saved us so many more times than any medicine, vaporizers, or humidifiers, or anything. This thing is a godsend. If your child is suffering from any type of congestion or nasal issue and you need to get boogers out, #1 tool. Do it. That's the Nose Frida. I'm obsessed. You should be too. Okay, moving on. The next thing that I recommend is no specific really, but I think it's really important to have some type of gripe water for when your baby gets colic or upset stomach, hiccups, gas. The one that we are using, and I literally used this today, is Colic Calm. Colic Calm. It's hard to say when there's like repeating letters at the end of the word and the next word at the beginning. Whatever. Colic Calm. This is what it looks like. Comes in a yellow box. This is all natural. It is a charcoal supplement that helps, like I said, with upset stomach, gas, hiccups, any of that. The bottle looks like this. It comes with a little dropper, so you know exactly how much to give your child. This is great if your child is suffering from gas or just fussy, having a restless night, uncomfortable, squirmy, you never know. Like last night, Jameson had a super upset stomach. He was up 3 times, and all 3 times he was up for an hour before he finally pooped. And it was just not fun. It's never fun to see your baby in that condition. So I recommend just keeping some form of gripe water on hand so that if you're ever in that situation, you can try that, you know, it might help. So yeah, any type of gripe water. We use colic. That's my next recommendation. So the next is like a grooming item, if you will. I can't be the only mom who has an innate fear of cutting their child's nails and not hurting them. I bought grooming kits, registered for grooming kits, and they all came with like these weird clippers that you couldn't really see what you were doing, but they were supposed to be safety clippers, and I just didn't trust them. Like, I want to see what I'm doing. So I bought these guys. These are actually facial scissors, waxers and threaders. They use these for trimming mustaches, beards, eyebrows. They look like this. Basically, they are dull at the top. They're curved so that they won't poke your baby or yourself, and you can see everything that you're doing. So you can be sure that you're not cutting their nails too low, but you're also not gonna poke them. I'm now able to trim Jameson's nails while he's awake with these things, and he doesn't move, he doesn't fidget. But when your baby is a newborn, I would trim Jameson's nails while he was asleep. I wouldn't use anything else. These are perfect, especially if you're overcautious just like I am. Okay, the next one may seem kind of random, but I'm really glad that I have this. Jameson's baby book. But the reason that I share this is because it's so easy to get caught up and get busy and just not remember things and not write them down and not have history of them. What's so awesome is that this forces you to write down each month, not just your baby's height and weight and all that stuff, but also cool things like their sleeping patterns, their favorites, their discoveries and accomplishments. Like, I don't remember what the 4-month milestones and accomplishments and favorites were. If I hadn't have written it down, I would have no recollection of it. This is so great, but you have to remember to write in it. So I definitely recommend a baby book because it's really awesome to just be able to look back and see how much Jameson has grown and how much has changed and when it happened. So I fully recommend getting a baby book. This one goes for his first 5 years. It's made by Carter's. I know that there are a lot of options out there. Baby book, do it. The next thing is going to be my Ergo Baby 360 carrier. They make all different kinds. I'm not gonna put it on for you guys because I'm just not, but we also used a Moby wrap. The important thing is this recommendation is gonna be some type of carrier for your newborn. When I used to have to go to the grocery store by myself, or if Jameson was having a particularly fussy day and I needed to be able to wash his bottles, cook for myself, eat lunch, whatever, it was awesome to be able to just wear him and be hands-free so that I could use my hands to do whatever I needed to get done. Highly recommend. We still use this and I'm sure we'll continue to use it. I know that there are so many different options out there, but totally recommend a baby carrier that you can wear your baby. So yeah, there's that. My next couple of recommendations are gonna be for breastfeeding moms. There's really only 3 things, and there are a ton more. I would love to do a breastfeeding video, kind of like tips and tricks and what I learned, but these 2 are just things that I think would be helpful for women who haven't had their baby yet, who are preparing for birth, or who are in the very early stages just after birth. I planned on breastfeeding exclusively. I knew that I wanted to breastfeed, I knew that it was gonna be hard, and I knew that every road for every woman was different. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, but it was something that I really wanted to do and I thought would be beneficial for my son. After I had him, I had a pretty rough labor and delivery, and so my recovery wasn't a walk in the park. That being said, my milk didn't come in right away, and I didn't know this immediately. We had a 2-day doctor's appointment, and we had found out that Jameson had lost almost 10% of his body weight. He had lost almost an entire pound. It was heartbreaking. For 16 hours leading up to this doctor's appointment, I knew something wasn't right because he was fussy, he wouldn't latch, he wouldn't eat at all, he didn't sleep, he was just uncomfortable, and it was clear that something was wrong. I felt that it had to do with his feeding because he wouldn't latch and because I just felt like, I don't know, that mommy instinct in me. But we had a doctor's appointment the following morning, so it wasn't like I was just letting him go on and on and on. Anyway, moving on. The doctor recommended that we supplement with formula until he was able to latch and breastfeed again, and for me to pump to try to get my milk to come in sooner. I also met with a lactation specialist a couple days later, and that completely changed everything. But anyway, these next two recommendations or must-haves for me are based off of that experience. So for one, I recommend that you have a bottle on hand, at least one. You can have as many as you want, any preference that you like. We use Como Tomo brand bottles. We had to order them on Amazon, but I know that they're now available in Babies R Us. But anyway, having a bottle on hand is important. With my next item, some kind of formula. Just because even if you plan on breastfeeding exclusively, you don't know what is going to happen with your body. You don't know what's going to go on with your recovery. 1 2-ounce bottle of formula changed Jameson's demeanor drastically. After that, he was able to latch. We were able to continue breastfeeding. It was amazing. You don't want to be inadvertently and unknowingly depriving them of nutrients and food and making them uncomfortable. It's awful, it sucks. It was one of the worst experiences about the beginning of motherhood, so I have to recommend that you keep a bottle and formula on hand. You do have to purchase the bottles on your own most of the time, but your pediatrician and also the hospital, some hospitals, should offer free samples of formula. And we use Enfamil. We started with Enfamil newborn when we had to supplement, but ask your doctor, ask your hospital, like don't leave the hospital without free formula if they offer it. If you don't use it, you can always donate it to another mom in need. So I cannot stress how important that is, just in case. And again, if you don't use it, donate it to another mom in need. It's a win-win. Okay, so my next item is again for breastfeeding mothers, because I think it's important to get this in order before you have your baby. A lot of women don't know your insurance covers breast pumps. That means you can get your $300 and something breast pump for free. It's covered in your insurance simply because you're having a baby. I know most women don't use breast pumps until later in their motherhood journey if they need to, but I had to use it super early to try and get my milk to come in. I was on a pumping schedule. Ladies, go check with your insurance company. See if they cover a breast pump, because that is a huge cost that you wouldn't have to worry about. Our insurance mailed it directly to us. I didn't have to go pick it up. I didn't have to fill out any forms. I mean, electronically, but I didn't have to go into an office and like take time out of my day to get it. What I did is I called the customer service number on the back of our insurance card, and they told me exactly what to do step by step. Get on that insurance breast pump game, you dig? The last two items that I can't physically show you guys here, but I will show you guys clips of. First thing is our rocker recliner. We didn't go with anything from a baby store or anything that was nursery specific. We actually went to Living Spaces, one of our local furniture stores, and just bought a comfy, cushy rocker recliner that we could end up moving to our living room if we decided. It kind of goes with our couch. I loved this because even if you're not nursing, your baby as a newborn may be waking up every 2 to 3 hours. And that means that you're gonna have to comfort, feed, nurse, whatever, your baby every 2 to 3 hours. I was nursing, so when I would get up with him, I would pick him up out of his crib or bassinet where we had him, go into the recliner, rock and feed him, and then I was able to recline back to sleep with him, you know, secure obviously, and we would just go back to sleep. And there were some nights where I just spent the entire night in there because every 2-3 hours he was waking up, wanting to feed. I didn't have to get up. I was still feeling like I was being rested as much as I could. So that was cool, something I totally recommend. Second thing I recommend is we got a pack and play made by 4Moms. They also make the Mamaroo swings and a few other items. They have a high chair and stuff. We got their pack and play. And what's so great is it's a pack and play that we use now for him to go and play or take a nap or whatever, but it also included a bassinet attachment. So it was just like a part that went over the top that created a bassinet for him, and we were able to keep it next to our bed in our room. We could put it in the living room, we could put it in his nursery, and it was just great to have a portable bassinet wherever we wanted to have it set up. Okay, you guys, I realized as I was putting everything away that I forgot an item. Womp womp. Fail. The item is Honest dish soap. They're amazing for washing your bottles and baby's dishes and cleaning toys and also getting poop stains out and any other like spit up or formula stains. Amazing. This is my go-to. Anyway, that's that. You could probably hear Jameson and my dad in the background. but I wanted to make sure that I included that. So that's gonna wrap up our newborn must-haves video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found them helpful. I will try to link as many items as I can down below. If you have any questions, comment. Also, please, ladies, comment down below what you found was a must-have for your newborn. I would love to just have resources for other moms or moms-to-be to get ideas for what they're gonna need. That's gonna conclude this video. Next week, we're going to Coachella. So our next video is most likely gonna be our Coachella vlog. I'm excited, but also nervous. It's gonna be our first time away from Jameson overnight, which is crazy and exciting and nerve-wracking, and I'm gonna be emotional and be that mom and cry. I'm sure you'll see it in the vlog. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, follow us on our journey to Coachella because it's gonna be amazing because we know how to Coachella. This will be my 8th year, Amy's 6th, and we are super excited about it. So yes, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.